Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos, and today we are going to be ranking every single Bond 007 movie in the series. There's like 27, 26 of these movies, including the unofficial ones. But anyways, let's get into it. First we have the Casino Royale from 1965. This is honestly just garbage. All the jokes are awful, there's not even a punchline to half of them. And it's just so... the movie is amazing to look at, but man, I just do not like this movie, and not many people do. But Casino Royale from 2006 really is the exact opposite. This is a masterpiece. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, and at one point it was my favorite movie at one time, so yeah. Then we have Die Another Day. I often watch Die Another Day because I always remember this as a fun movie. Well, obviously not good, but not bad by itself, but that is not the case. This movie surprises me on how awful it is. And it's one of the worst Bond movies by a long shot. And I give it the bad tier. Then we have Dr. No, the original. I think that's Dr. No, hold on. Yeah, that's Dr. No. Dr. No, I'm going to give the good tier only because it's improved upon through the newer movies. For example, when From Russia with Love comes around, it gets way better. But anyways, now we have, let's see what we have. Well, then we have From Russia with Love. Russia with Love, I'm going to give a pretty high score. I'm going to give From Russia with Love I think it's one of the greats. I think it's one of the best Bond movies. So I'm putting it at the great tier. I think it's great. Now we have Goldeneye. I just did a review on Goldeneye. I'm putting this movie in the masterpiece tier. It is an amazing film. The best of the Pierce Brosnan Bond movies, definitely. Then we have Goldfinger, my all-time favorite Bond movie. Released in 1964. The third Bond movie, and definitely what a lot of people consider their favorite. Then we have, I think that's For Your Eyes Only. What is it? Yeah, it's For Your Eyes Only. We have For Your Eyes Only. For Your Eyes Only, I'm going to put at the meh tier because Roger Moore is getting older in this, and he's not as good as he used to be in the role. So he's good in it, but he's just getting too old for the role. Live and Let Die. I think Live and Let Die is definitely one of Roger Moore's best Bond movies. And I think it's great. It's a great movie. Then we have License to Kill. I honestly think License to Kill is one of the most underrated Bond movies of all time. Because people usually dislike this movie. But I loved it, man. I thought this movie was so entertaining and so fun to watch. It's just a great movie. Can't be the same for Moonraker. Moonraker, I defend this movie. I like a lot of it. I like a lot of the stuff in it, but I still have to put it at the bad tier. It's never been a favorite of really any Bond fan, but I enjoyed it on when I watched it, so yeah. Then we have Tomorrow Never Dies. I love Tomorrow Never Dies. It's one of my favorite Brosnan movies. It's not even close to as bad as Die Another Day. It's way better. And overall, I think it's just great. Can't say the same thing for Never Say Never Again. It's so sad that Connery returned to his role as 007 for this film. It's garbage. It's not good at all. And the fact that it's just a copycat of a movie, it's a copy of Thunderball, which is a good movie, And yeah, that's what I got. That's what I have to say about this movie. Then we have Octopussy. I'm gonna put this at the meh tier. There are some amazing moments in this movie. For example, the pre-title sequence I think is amazing. There's just a lot of stuff in this movie that is a little flawed. Then we have, what is this one? On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I think this movie is great. I love On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I think it's one of the best Bond movies. But probably one of the only flaws is not Timothy Dalton, George Lazenby's lack of acting abilities in this movie, and it really shows. The dubbing just makes it even worse in this movie. So, yeah. Then we have Quantum of Solace. In my opinion, I think this is the worst of the official Bond movies. I think Quantum of Solace is boring and so disappointing, since the 2 years before that we got Casino Royale, what many people consider the best Bond movie, and then we got Quantum of Solace, and all of us were disappointed. Then we have Diamonds Are Forever. I didn't mind Diamonds Are Forever. I thought it was a okay spy thriller, and not a thriller. It was more of like a James Bond comedy than anything else. Don't mention Casino Royale from 1965. That movie is just no. Then we have View to a Kill. I'm putting View to a Kill at the meh tier. It's definitely not very good. I think it's the worst of the meh tier, definitely. And I think Roger Moore is not at all convincing as 007 in that movie. So that's one of it, and Christopher Walken as the villain. Oh my gosh. It was so ridiculous. But then we have Skyfall. One of the best Bond movies ever. I love that movie so much. I love everything in I love the whole pre-title sequence, the opening train fight. That was so cool. And I love the title sequence itself. I love the whole movie, basically. But it isn't my favorite. I think Casino Royale and Goldfinger are definitely better. Then we have Spectre. I know this movie gets a really bad rap, but I like Spectre. I think it was a really fun movie, and I think it's one of the most entertaining of the series, having some of the wittiest dialogue from Daniel Craig ever, and it was so funny. I loved it. Then we have, let's see, I can't see it. Hold on. The Living Daylights is what we have next. I like The Living Daylights. I do. But I am going to have to put it at the meh tier. I think The Living Daylights is great. I love the whole sniper section in this movie. I think it was so cool. And I love the main Bond girl in this movie. I forgot her name, but it's fun. It's a fun movie. Then we have The Man with the Golden Gun. I did not enjoy this movie this was the first Bond movie I ever saw. The Man with the Golden Gun, I loved it then. When I first saw it, I was very young. I was like 7 or 8 years old. And I loved it then, but now not so much. It's probably one of the worst Bond movies ever made, in my opinion. I think it's not as bad as Quantum of Solace, in my opinion, or Die Another Day, or Moonraker, but it's really close. Then we have The Spy Who Loved Me. The Spy Who Loved Me, I'm gonna put at the great tier. This movie, I think, is the best Roger Moore movie out of the lot, and I think it's just great. Then we have Thunderball. It used to be my favorite Bond movie, but now it's not. I'm putting it at the great tier. I love Thunderball. I think it's one of Connery's best performed movies. I just think it's great. Yet again, another great movie. It's The World Is Not Enough. The only flaw with this movie for me is Denise Richards as Christmas Jones in this movie. I think her acting abilities are just awful and not very good at all. And I think definitely it's Pierce Brosnan's best performance as Bond. And I just think he's great. He's great in each and every one of his movies. He's even amazing in Die Another Day, even though that is one of the worst Bond movies, in my opinion. Then we have You Only Live Twice. I like You Only Live Twice. I think it's a great movie, but there are a lot of flaws, including when Sean Connery was trying to be Japanese in that. I thought that was just stupid and very dumb. So I'm gonna put that at the great tier. I mean the good tier, sorry. Very, very good, not disappointed. And so, what do you think about my whole tier list here? There's a lot of surprises in this as well. I didn't think I'd be putting, I thought I may have put Quantum of Solace in the garbage tier, but I didn't. I only put the two unofficial Bond movies at the garbage tier, because they're both not good. But I hope you enjoyed this list. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. See you guys next time. Bye.